Hello, I'm the Star Trek guy, and I have yet again another review. For this review, I am reviewing the Star Trek Voyager episode Workforce Parts 1 and 2. This episode starts off with Chakotay, Kim, and Neelix going away on some diplomatic mission. Meanwhile, while they're gone, Voyager goes through this thing, some sort of plot and device where there's radiation and the crew have to abandon the ship. Before they leave, Janeway gives the doctor the command codes and makes him the emergency medical hologram. And then she says to keep Voyager safe, and then they all take the escape pods and evacuate the ship. While the doctor is keeping the ship safe, an alien race captures all of the escape pods and then reprograms their mind to make them want to work at this power plant on this planet. I would think their planet. And they all have no idea what's going on. The mind-altering stuff makes them forget about Voyager, but they remember where they're from, Earth and that kind of stuff. And they also don't remember each other. And most of them do work in this power plant. I thought they did a pretty good job with this episode. I really liked how the main crew portrayed, not remembering things, not remembering each other and stuff, and like when they'd run into each other, having a casual conversation as if they just met. And I think the actors really pulled that off really well, remarkably well. The moral of this episode kind of had a conspiracy theory thing to it. Like if these things were happening, not exactly that, but things that are conspiracies. How deeply covered up are they? So in that aspect, it does make you think if there are conspiracies going on. Just how deep do they go? Who's all involved? Could it be, someone like hugely high, or even so low as to minor people of that operation. My favorite thing about this episode is the Doctor, because the Doctor is my favorite character of Voyager, and I like it when he does extra things, like being given the command protocols and the red uniform, and he's the only one on the ship, and he's making decisions and stuff. He's just awesome in pretty much whatever he's doing. And I'm glad to see the good things in Voyager, like the Doctor, evolve. Here's a tough question for me, and the question is, would I watch Star Trek Voyager if the Doctor weren't in it? Would I keep watching it? I suppose I would, but, the Doctor really helped, a lot. There was something about his character that's just so awesome. Back to the storyline, I think everything was well thought out. I think Tuvok having been able to kind of have some of these memories come back to him, I think that was more appropriate because of his mind abilities. And then mind melding with 7 of 9, and then she started having these little visions of the Borg Collective and walking out of her alcove and stuff. It seems like every little thing was kind of pre-thought out. It seemed to me like every conceivable little possibility happened. I'm sure had Tuvok not have been able to recall some of these memories, there would have been people out there been like, how could, you think Tuvok would have been able to blah 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 because he's Vulcan and stuff. So I think the writers are really thorough. Also, in Captain Janeway's little life of not remembering Voyager, she had that kind of romantic involvement with that guy. I can't think of his name. Oh, is that not so surprising? And I think that's kind of neat. I think the writers, they were probably thinking, hey, let's make this guy on it. People won't suspect him. But that was already pulled off in that episode before, where Janeway and some dude had this big romantic involvement, and then later he backstabbed her by, exposing all of those telepaths. So I'm sure they didn't want to, oh geez, don't go out with Janeway. Anyone she goes out with is corrupt. But the guy actually seemed to be legit. There was nothing wrong with his memory or anything, so he was fine. And that's a good change of pace. You'd think there'd be more to say on a 2-part episode, but this one didn't really have a whole lot to it. It has everything I pretty much said. There are little things like Tom still caring for Balana, even though he doesn't know that that's his baby that she's pregnant with. So, I mean, I guess that's supposed to mean something, because she says, like, what'd she say? I always wondered why he was caring for me or something. When really he didn't know why he was caring for her, he just did it. For Workforce, part 1 and 2, I'm going to give this one 6 out of 10. Because it was good, but I didn't find it great. There was nothing spectacular about it. Aside from the acting, I think the acting was good. It was great. I mean, pretty up there when it comes for Voyager acting. Do you feel my rating is unjust? Really? Why is that? Why don't you, let me know. But seriously, I like your input, so let me know. Well, anyway, that's it for this review, so we'll see ya. And I don't know what I'm doing with the pen. So I'm just gonna, just see ya. Bye.